And now, a thought from man. You know, I am honestly surprised by how good the Tangled series is. Like, I was not expecting this at all. I thought, okay, it's a series based off of a movie that was pretty good, honestly, but I really wasn't expecting it to be that good. But after watching it, I'm like, holy crap, this is legitimately funny, beautifully animated. The characters are all enjoyable and likable as they were in the movies. It's just fun. Just pure fun, and I'm so happy about that.
Good, it'll keep things interesting.
The series starts off with a straight-to-TV movie called Tangled Before Ever After that takes place after the first movie, but before the little short movie where Flynn Rider and Rapunzel get married. So it's basically just the in-betweens. And the main premise of the movie is supposed to be about Rapunzel adjusting to her new life as princess, and Flynn Rider basically enjoying his life in the castle. And it's sort of like Aladdin, where Jasmine wanted to go explore the outside walls but couldn't, and Aladdin wanted to be able to go inside the high life of being in royalty. And it's basically the same premise here, but it's done well enough to be able to differentiate between the two. The characters are their own unique characters, and the situations are their own unique situations, so they do this pretty much right. And you do identify with everything going on with Rapunzel's struggles, and you honestly do feel like she should be able to explore more and be able to go on adventures like she wants to. And another thing about the movie is that Rapunzel gets her long hair back. But this time there's a twist. This time she can't just simply cut it right off. It's unbreakable now. She mainly got it back by touching the spire where the flower that gave her her hair in the first place was. So the main premise of the series is mainly going to be about how they can get rid of her long hair while at the same time keep it a secret from her family. And I think that works for the most part. That just seems like, okay, this is how the series is going to go, and I can follow along with all this pretty well. I am interested to see why this came back. Why does she have her hair? Why is it unbreakable this time? They managed to get you engrossed enough to want to learn more, and I really give them kudos for that.
What else could you possibly want?
The characters are just as great as you remember them. Flynn, or should I say Eugene, and Rapunzel work very well off each other. Their relationship, it's a good relationship. It's not a simple, oh, I just love you, I love you, or any simple crap like that from the old Disney formula. This time, it's about them trying to really develop themselves. Mainly Rapunzel. She hasn't gotten used to this new life, and she really wants to find herself before she really takes these big leaps. Hell, Flynn asks to marry her in the special, but she's just like, I really don't want to do this just yet. She clearly wanted to marry him. She wants to. But his little speech when giving the proposal makes her have second doubts about her life and wanting to be tied down or be put in this new situation. You clearly sympathize with her. It's like, you really haven't even gotten to experience life that much. You just got into this new life, and you're just being told this is your life now. You have no real say in the matter. You are a princess, and this is how it is. And honestly, I like that complexity they have here. I like the fact that she really doesn't want to accept this new life. She's struggling just to adjust to this new life. Honestly, that makes her kind of the most complex Disney princess at this point. I really like how they handle everything going on with her. I like the fact that Eugene, he's trying to be very supportive and be patient with her. He wants to marry her, he really does, but he understands, okay, there are things going on with you, you're just not really ready to talk about it, and I will give you time, and I will be patient. I like that. I really enjoy how they handle everything going on with this.
Look, I'll admit, I don't quite understand why he said no. But I promise to do everything I can until I do.
Thanks, Eugene.
And in the meantime, we'll stay right here and take things slowly. I miss this.
Hey, promise me one more thing.
Anything.
That you'll be patient with me.
Absolutely.
The supporting cast is just great, honestly. Pascal and Maximus, they're just as great as they were in the movie. They didn't do anything to change them. They're just as great, self-determined, and just as funny as you remember. They really knew what they were doing when writing those characters. And the other supporting characters are really good. This time, the king and the queen now actually have dialogue. And with the king, you really sympathize with him because he's lost his daughter once, so him being overbearing is understandable. He doesn't want to risk losing her ever again. And honestly, you get some good comedy out of a lot of the things he does, like having all the guards be with her when she just takes a stroll in the town. It's honestly a pretty funny highlight of the special. I cannot lie, you get some good laughs out of it. But honestly, I like what they do with him, giving him dialogue and making him very sympathetic. Granted, you do realize he's sort of the bad guy, because it's like, she's 18, she's gotta be free, she's still gotta be able to live her life, she's only known her life in that tower. So you honestly see a good conflict between him and his daughter. Rapunzel has a lady-in-waiting called Cassandra, and honestly, I really like her. She basically keeps Flynn grounded, and it's just great whenever she's just foiling him. And honestly, I like the idea that she's basically a secret badass. Like, they get a really funny line from everybody just asking, where is this coming from, basically. It's just really funny when she reveals her true nature. And she really leaves a very good first impression that she might become a favorite of mine because of how she is towards everybody and all the situations. I just really like how they did her. So I really like what they're doing with the supporting cast. It seems like, yes, you're gonna get some good comedy out of them.
Time to go! How's that water feeling, Fitzherbert?
Dark and icy, just like you.
The overall humor of this show is straight up from Pen Zero. And honestly, that is A+ right there. That is an automatic A, because, oh my God, is this funny. This is funny, dude. You get a lot of good laughs out of this. You get a lot of good lines out of this. The character interactions, they're legit. They feel genuine. Everything about this just says, holy crap, this is gonna be funny. And it's kind of unexpected. When you think about it, it's like, this clearly could have just been on the lines of, yeah, it's based on a movie that we didn't really have much part in. But honestly, they got a good writing team on this. One of the creators named Chris Sonnenberg worked as a storyboard artist for Gravity Falls, and another creator called Shane Prigmore worked on Lego Movie and Box Trolls. And honestly, their talents really show. And one of the writers called Jace Rickey, who worked on Pen Zero, is writing on this. And honestly, that was a good choice on their part. I mean, God, is this funny. This was legitimately funny. The jokes, they land. They all pretty much land, and I give you props for that. I give you major props, because they really didn't have to go all out with this series, but they chose to, and I fucking love it for it. Honestly, this is a good series and a big, pleasant surprise.
You think this is over? I promise you, I'll be back!
The animation itself is basically from Pen Zero, but the way they do it in this series, it's like, oh, it is just gorgeous to look at. A lot of the scenes and backgrounds just look so amazing, and I'm just surprised. It's like, wow, they really wanted to go all out with this series. They really wanted to, and I just say kudos. This looks gorgeous. It's not the same level as the movie, of course, because the movie was 3D and this is 2D, but they still were like, we still gotta make it look gorgeous nonetheless. And I really appreciate them for that. Like, good on you, Disney. Good on you.
Piece of cake.
This series was just a major pleasant surprise. I was not expecting myself to like it that much. I thought, okay, it'll be a series that's there, but honestly, I find myself wanting to watch more and learn more from these characters, enjoy this great humor, enjoy this great animation. I am just enthralled by it. I really want to watch more of this, especially since I haven't seen Tangled the movie since when it first came out in theaters in 2010. I haven't seen it for 7 freaking years. And just seeing the series, I'm like, I gotta go watch the original again. This is good. I mean, holy crap. Like, I just wasn't expecting this whatsoever. I am really pleasantly surprised, and I'm so happy just watching it. I really got a genuine smile off my face. How the characters work off each other. Everything in this was just so good. And it's just like, wow. Like, this is what I want from you, Disney. This is your standards that you live up to, and I like that. Like, keep doing this. This is your standard. Please live up to that. But that's just a thought.
We're gonna have no party so you can rock this